In this video, I want to talk about how to actually master small talk, even if you are an introvert. There's going to be two main key points I'm going to talk about in this video. However, before I give you those key points, I have to tell you a quick story because it'll make more sense. So, a few years ago, I wanted to be more outgoing and I overall wanted to make more friends, okay? And my friend calls me and he invites me to go to his party with him. And I said, let's go. And then he said, all right, I'll pick you up in 15 minutes. So I was laying in bed and in my head, I'm just I kind of want to speak more freely tonight. I kind of want to be more outgoing. I kind of want to just make a little bit more friends today. But I felt anxiety. I felt like I was so shy and I just wasn't confident enough to do something like that, where I just say whatever is on my mind, or I just speak freely, or I just don't care what others think of me. But as I was laying there, I remember this so vividly. I'm you know what? I'm gonna make a decision. Tonight is the only night where I'm gonna just be more outgoing, just fake it in a way. Just say whatever I want to say, just say whatever is on my mind, and just overall not care what others think. Whatever happens, happens. People like me, people don't like me, I don't care. I just wanted to be more outgoing because I just want to see what would happen. And again, I still felt a lot of anxiety because I just wasn't I was so shy. Again, I wasn't a confident person. So he comes at my house and I go to the car and there was girls and guys in there. And as we were going to that party, I remember I just said everything that was on my mind. I just said whatever I wanted to say. I would talk about whatever I want to talk about. And the thing is, what kind of shocked me is people in the car loved it. Everyone was laughing. Everyone was engaging with me. And it felt like I just felt more free. I was literally saying the stupidest shit. I was saying whatever I wanted to say. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember it was so it was just nothing. It was not something I would ever say. But again, people loved it. And that feeling, that energy I was feeling, I took that the whole night to that party and I got the same exact reactions. People just loved it. People loved being around me and people just loved talking to me. And the lesson of the story is whatever is what you think is outside of your comfort zone right now, or you just think it's a little bit scary, if you just lean into that edge and you just take that little small action step and just do something like that, a small result I got could potentially change your whole perspective of what a good conversation is. Overall, that feeling I got could change your life. Oh my God, no one actually cares about what you say, or no one really fucking you're just always stuck in your head that no one actually just cares. You're always just thinking about yourself. So the point is that's little thing that's scaring you. Just take that small step, because that small step could potentially change your life. Now, as I got older, I started to look into it and I started to think about why did that actually work? What actually makes small talks or even a conversation really good, or what makes people want to talk to you? Came down to these two things. So most people think a good conversation, most conversations go like this, hi, how are you? Good, I'm doing good, how are you? Good, how's the weather? It's good, how's your dog doing? Blah, 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 right? It's point A, point B, point C, point D, right? And it's just very logical. But then that night when I was in that car and I went to that party, I realized that my conversation was like this. It was literally everywhere. My conversations were everywhere. There was no points to it. There was literally just me speaking freely. Whatever I wanted to say, I said it. Whatever I wanted to talk about, I talked about. And it just went everywhere. And as I got older in life, I realized good conversations look like this. You're not stuck in your head. You're present. You're present talking about what you want to talk about. You're talking about what interests you, what your passions are. You could literally fucking talk about a pen. It doesn't matter. It just matters that you're just speaking however you want to speak. You're saying whatever you want to say. And the secret is people actually like this. People like having conversations like this. And you might be thinking well, doesn't what I say matter? What if I say something wrong? What if I say something that drives the other person away, or they think I'm weird? And that's a really common fear, because that's the same fear that I had too. But then I was wondering yeah, maybe there has to be another side to this. So this brings me to my second point. When you're having a conversation like this, it's not what you say that matters, it's how you say it. It's your tonality, it's the energy, it's the certainty in your voice. If you say things in a really like uncertain way, like you're not in a confident way, or it's very like timid, like it kind of comes off like you're forcing your way to say this, but you're like really shy, that could also have like this awkwardness energy with the other person, like what's going on, right? But if you just focus on like the how, just like that, in the way that I think about this is, what do you mean by the how? When you're talking with someone, say it with like certainty, like you believe it to be true, the way that I'm talking right now. Don't say it in like a way that's like hi, how are you? Like not like that kind of shit where you're like kind of scared. Just let go for a little bit and just say whatever you want to say in the most confident way you can say it. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation. Try it with a small talk first. I don't even care if you go like, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Just say it more in a certain voice, and that will come off even better than being like timid, because that's how I used to be. I used to be really shy and timid in conversations. And another thing I want to talk about with the how is there's 3 kinds of tonalities that people learn. It goes like a high pitch voice, a neutral voice, and a breaking rapport voice. So it's like this, and this, okay? High pitch voice is like being in a submissive tone, like, hi, how are you? Like in a way. And a lot of people do this when they're nervous or when they're not confident in that situation, right? And that's a tone you just want to flat out avoid. And I want to talk about this tone, which is the neutral tone. Like you're just talking in a neutral voice. And that's a tone most like really good speakers stay in. If you look at like really good speakers on stage and how they talk, this is the tone they're most likely in. They use a wide variety of tones, but it's like a lot of neutral tones. And then this tone right here is breaking rapport. I barely use this. It's just mainly like, who are you? Like, who are you? It's like a, who are you? You don't need to do that. It just implies that you're better than that person. You don't have to fucking do it. But this is like the tone I would stay in, neutral. But if you just speak freely like this, like you're just having a good conversation, but you talk about whatever you want. It could be fucking a pen or a marker. It could be a fucking, I don't know, like this fucking AirPod case. It could be whatever you want. Just talk about it in that voice, like that certain voice. Watch how your conversations are just different. And that's what I did in the car. And again, I didn't even realize I was doing this. I didn't even realize it. It was more so like when I looked back and like what made like those conversations stick or what made people actually enjoy talking to me, it was because of these 2 things. I would just set it in a confident way and I just fucking talked about whatever I want to talk about. And when you're present, like when you're just like present and wanting to talk about anything, your mind will give you the information you need. When you just don't care at that time what anyone thinks of you, you have all the resources you need. Again, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it that makes something like good or interesting to people, okay? So short video, but let me just recap everything. To master small talk with people, again, it doesn't have to be so bland, like, hi, how are you? Like, hi, like, how's the weather? Just say like whatever you want to say, like even compliment them if you want to. It doesn't matter. Just compliment them, give them a certainty, like talk to in a certain way, like with certainty, in a neutral rapport, in a neutral like tone. And if you want to talk about something that interests you, talk about it and see how they respond. And the thing is too, don't like, if you worry about, let's say that person is not in the mood to talk or that person doesn't want to talk, then just end the conversation. You didn't do anything wrong. Again, this is all a practice. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get. And again, you're going to realize no one really gives a shit about the what when you talk about them. It's more so just the how you say it. Does it interest you? Like, are you having a good time? Because it's all about like an energy balance. When you're talking about what you want to talk about, you're talking about like their interest, your interest, and you actually like being there. That's when small talks are just easy, and that's when like you're not even worried about what other people think of you anymore. So this video was all over the place, but I hope that this was some sort of value to you. Again, like even me, I'm still sometimes really shy when it comes to conversations. I'm a human being, and again, I am an introvert just like you. But this thing right here is what actually made me like better at talking to people and more like confident talking to people. And then just see for yourself, practice it. Don't be obnoxious, but just let go for a day and just talk freely and just speak what's on your mind while having like good energy and while having good tone, and see how it works for you. I hope this video was valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you want more content like this.